Finding food. Cold, hungry, wet. That's what animals would be without instincts to find food and shelter. Active reading. So here's what we're doing for these 2 pages. As you read these 2 pages, underline details that tell you ways animals find food. Circle ways they find shelter. So shelter and food. So food is underlined, shelter is circled. All right, so we're reading for. Every animal looks for food when it's hungry. It's an instinctual behavior. When we get hungry, we just go find food in the pantry, or we go to the store. We don't. Different. It's instinctual behavior, but actual finding food can be a learned behavior. See, we've learned. Instinct is hungry. We're hungry. We learned to go find the food in the pantry. Some animals learn by watching their parents or other adults, but some animals have learned by themselves. So we'll do the 1, 2, 3. We're doing the fish first, and it's right here. How did this archer fish know how to get food from above the water? The fish instinctively shoots water insects in the air to catch them. All right, so we're doing food. So we're going to underline all of this because that's how he finds his food. He's learned that he can look up from the water up into here, see the insects sitting there on the branch, or on the leaf, excuse me, and then he just shoots water right there, up at it, like an archer does with an arrow, because archer has to do with arrows. So it instinctively knows it can push water up out of its mouth and knock insects off of tree branches or tree leaves. Bear. Oh, it's going to catch that fish. Bears come to this stream to catch salmon. The bears wait for the fish to swim upstream. This is a learned behavior. So we're looking for food. Bear waits for this. So the bear waits for the fish to swim upstream, because they've got to jump up these waterfalls because they're swimming against the stream, so they've got to jump up over the rocks to get there. So we're underlining foods, we're circling shelter. So far, none of these are about finding a place to stay, which is what shelter would be. This is all about yum yum eating, yum 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 yum, yum yum eating. All right. Hey, finding shelter. These birds learned to build nests on buildings when trees were cut down. So we are looking for shelter. So we built a nest on the building. Oops, my archer fish was still there. My fault, sorry. A gopher uses what it has, soil and claws, to make a shelter in the ground. So this one made the shelter in the ground. So it dug a hole out to find a place to sit at. And our last one, which are ants, work together to make an anthill. They use the soil around them. The hill hides a tunnel system that provides shelter and storage for food. We're doing shelter of an anthill. How animals survive. How does building an anthill help the group of ants? Well, this is what you're answering now. How does building an anthill help the ants? Because just think, they've got to go in, kind of like a house built underground. They dug the tunnels, they put in their food, they've got shelter. How does that help them survive? I want you to write down one way that it helps them survive.